boy. Hello and welcome. I'm your host Elizibar, and Six just got back. If you were watching his stream, you could see him sitting down right
Yeah,
now. Look at that, like a pro, like a boss.
not really. Somehow I got that this thing in my headphones. It's good. I'm smart. Don't worry about it.
COVID-19.
Sorry, sweetie. Dad's busy. Luna's trying to talk to me.
What a monster. Won't even talk to Luna.
She keeps talking to me. I'll go see her.
Babies love talking.
They do. I don't know why she's so interested in trying to get me to talk to her when I'm in another room. That's her thing.
Because your dad. She is the center of the world, and you are like a key figure in that world. There's only like 5 of them, like 5 people she knows. It's her
It's
entire
true.
universe. And naturally, she wants, the entire universe revolving around her at all times.
Mm-hmm. Me and I would too.
It's been a while since I drank one of these. How old is this?
What are you drinking, sir?
No, it says it's good till May. It tastes a little funky, though. Oh, I'll keep drinking it. It's, God, what is even the correct name for this thing? Okay, like vitamin water type stuff, right? Like you've at least seen that, the existence thereof.
Yeah.
It's like one of those. The brand is Bai, and this is Costa Rican Clementine, and it tastes. I remember it tasting a little more tart than this, but maybe they just changed the recipe because, like I said, it's been a while since I drank one.
I mean, it's pretty common for recipes to change. Like even Mountain Dew doesn't taste like it used to for me. I'm a very sad man about that, but what do you do?
You sue the Mountain Dew company.
Me and what resources?
You and your pro bono lawyer who's doing it for the press coverage.
That's not going to get him any business. I'm literally nobody.
It's gonna get him a ton of business. What are you talking about? Stand up for the little guy. Boom! He looks like a pro.
You know what? There's almost 3,000 clay in here. I'm just going to put this aside and get another stack of iron going.
Sounds cool. Oh, I hear Phantom.
She's snoring.
No, she's decided to come up from downstairs.
Ah.
She was down there watching a movie.
So now that your mom's left, she's got full reign of the house, where she didn't before, I take it?
Well, usually she just hung out downstairs because that's where people were. Right now, people are up here, so she's coming up here to hang out with me. Ain't that right, Phantom? Like, I'm not going to shut my door and, lock my dog out. Not when that's, I'm the only person here. That'd be cruel. Dogs are social animals.
Indeed they are, yes. That's their nature, if you will.
Wow, some of these steel blocks really took a beating.
There were a couple of points where I wasn't even barely defending, so yeah, yeah.
No, I think these are just from explodey guys. Because they're ceiling blocks. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I saw some zombies hit at some weird stuff, so I mean, it doesn't surprise me.
She is sniffing around my feet right now. Feels like somebody's got a feather duster. Oh, she just put her paws on me. That's the pick me up, please. But then when I go to pick her up, she won't let me. It's a game.
Make up your mind.
She plays like all these little weird mind games with people. Pick me up, pick me up. No, don't pick me up. It's kind of like the
Yep.
cartoon, the little comic strip. You might have seen it where it's like there's the dog and it's got the ball in the mouth. And it's like, the person goes to take it, like, please throw. And
Mm-hmm.
then the person goes to take it and the dog's like, no, no take, only throw.
It's like, how am I supposed to throw if you won't let me take? Only throw. Only throw.
But that's how dogs are. They're basically like toddlers when it comes to their level of emotional maturity.
Yeah. Gonna say that kind of reminds me of Luna. The only reason she wants me to go in there is she saw me. She hadn't seen me for over an hour, and all of a sudden I go walking by and she wants to start talking to me.
Well, yeah. Like I said, man, you are like a fifth or a sixth of her entire universe. All right, Phantom, if you come here, I'll pick you up. Am I going to have to do that thing where I capture you with my feet so that you can't get away and then pick you up? Is that how you want to play this? She's staring at me from the shadows under my desk like, I'm tired. Please pick me up. Which is funny because, she took a 2-hour nap earlier on my bed.
Well, that's the other part about small dogs in specific. They sleep a lot.
She's old. That's why she sleeps a lot. In
Like
human terms, she'd be like 70, dude. She's a little senior citizen.
the tiniest of, I'm sure.
But she's still a puppy.
Well, yeah, because they only mature as much as their bodies do.
No, she's still a puppy because she's just a little baby. And she will never have to be anything else. That's why she gets to be so sweet all the time.
I'm curious, do you have her trained for indoors or does she go outside?
She goes in a box like a cat. It's just got those puppy training pads in it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's pretty convenient, actually.
Especially when you have winters that get down to wind chills of like minus 40. Jesus Christ, I would not let my dog out in that. I don't
One
even
of
want to
our
go out in
dogs
that.
go out. Yeah. One of our dogs will go out in those conditions.
Like, I look at it this way. If it's not something I would want to go out in, I'm not going to make my dog go out in it. I mean, maybe it would be different if I had a big dog like my brother does. Jesus, his dog's a horse. It's a big black lab. The thing's about as
Honestly,
big as me.
I've always wanted a gigantic chocolate lab. Someday, I need a rest from quadrupeds, quadrupedic mammals in particular, actually.
So no more babies crawling around. Got it.
Yeah, well, I mean, a lot of different babies that includes, like piggies and kitties and bears and apes. And
Apes are not quadrupeds.
they act quadrupedally.
Apes are not quadrupeds. They're no more a quadruped than you are.
I can also act quadrupedally, but not nowhere near as well as an ape. The motion it takes me to thrust forward from my wrists.
Whoa,
is
whoa,
gonna be
whoa,
no
whoa.
way.
I think this stream is getting a little too spicy here. We're going to have to cut it short. You all have a great day. And,
Wow. He's just never pole vaulted off his wrists before. It's too spicy for him.
is that what the kids are calling it now?
If I'm one of the kids, elizibar, if I'm one of the kids, my God.
Fun. I got to click out and just come over here and drop that in your chat. There you go.
Well earned. Well earned.
Somebody had to put it there.
Oh, that's what she said.
Oh my gosh, I'm almost done with repairs, I think.
What day is Horde Day? 60.
It's 5 days from now.
Yeah, 63. I thought 64 for some reason. You remember about those multiplication tables I spent all that time memorizing in 5th grade? It was a long time ago.
I don't have any proof that you spend any time memorizing them, but I know all about times tables, yes.
9 times 7 is 63.
You are correct, sir.
I don't know why I wanted to say 64 then. This doesn't make any sense. I don't have a math brain.
Blaming math again.
Naturally, for not being how my brain is wired. It's fault.
Okay. Alright, I think I've repaired all the damaged steel, which is good because I just ran out of steel.
Wow,
Oh, no, I
finally.
found a block I didn't repair. Hold on, can I get it? Yes! Ah! Yeah! Yes! Wait, where did that block come from? How are there just phantasmally damaged blocks appearing out of nowhere? I swear,
no
I've been
idea.
all over this stuff. Like 10 times, and I'm finding more damaged blocks.
Yeah. You were like, I did it all, and then I see you go past 3, and I'm like, what? If he believes he did it all, he probably did it all. The game's just being the game.
Alright, well, maybe I can go find some more steel in the forge over here. Man, that EU4 campaign is jerking me around so much.
What's the problem now?
So there was like an event that caused the collapse of trade. So my income basically just vanished completely, along with, I presume, everybody else's. So,
Well, you need to buffer trade in whatever way you can, and also
no,
eliminate
there's no
any
buffering.
trade.
It's literally all trade values went down by like a factor of 10 or something.
Jesus.
So I went from being able to have like a surplus of like 60 ducats in a month with all the crazy stuff I was doing to... Lol, JK.
What?
No, that's what it went to, was lol, JK.
Oh. It was nice you thought you were a world leader. Well, here's what we think of your world.
Oh, you can break cobble back down into regular stone.
Oh, you can?
Yeah, I just threw a stack of cobble in this forge over here.
Okay.
There we go. I'll just break those 2 cobble stacks down. We'll make some stone there.
I've gone full bore on this stone thing. It's because we don't really need anything else right now. I mean, I go home, I make some bullets, I come back out.
Yes, go all in, and I'm gonna go do some more freaking repairs.
Yeah. Well, because at this point, all our resources are basically going to the Horde base. It's the simplest way to put that.
Oh wait, what time do shopkeepers close?
You got 2 hours. I think, anyway.
Is it nightfall or is it the hour before nightfall? Whatever. I've got at least 18 minutes. I can make it to this guy near us. Sell some stuff. See if he's got like a... I should have brought some gambling tokens with me. Just in case he's got a solar panel. Because I'd like to buy another level 5 or 6 solar panel.
Naturally.
That'll kind of cap off that particular thingamajig, to use a technical term.
Man, this part of this hill is getting wrecked. can't see what I'm doing, but if this all fell in, it would look terrible.
Awesome. I approve. Look, we don't just engineer. We mega engineer.
You're like, what? You don't have enough time to mega engineer? And I'm like, no, slow down time. Live in a world where time goes slow.
Why isn't there a mode where, 24 hours in the game is 24 hours in real life?
Can you imagine how crazy buffed we'd be?
Yeah. I can.
We'd already be done with everything we've ever wanted to do.
Funny, we're basically at that point as it is.
Yeah, I know.
After playing for about 7 days worth of time. Huh. Weird.
It's like it's built right into the game.
What do you want?
If that's like something that they did in their design, that's absolutely fantastibar.
Yeah, take about 7 days of your time, you can move on. Like, wow, mind blown. Although they have a little bit to answer for how much the game costs if that's all you're gonna get out of it is 7 days of real time.
That's 100-something hours, dude. People pay $60 for a game that takes like 4 hours to beat.
It's true. That's true statements.
Hey, Fireman's Almanac 7, which apparently I don't have. I'm gonna buy that.
Man, I treat you that
Nice.
good, and you don't even.
I'll buy this
fucking
AP
tip me.
9mm ammo. Regular 9mm ammo. It's got some forged steel to sell. But let me get what I came here for first.
Yeah, don't get distracted.
He's got a solar bank. Here we go. Level 3 solar cell. You know what? I think I'm going to take it. And we'll just live with that.
Better than nothing. I can't craft you a solar cell, and you can't craft us solar cells either. Kind of convenient how that works, right?
Kinda. Alright. I bought some ammo, some forged iron. Where's that forged steel I saw? Take as much of this as I can. Any more ammo or anything good, buddy? Anything? Anything? No? Alright.
Shit, man, I treat you that good, and you don't even. Fucking tip me.
I honestly think I should have some tool that I can just set to dig me stone. Why at this point in this game should I be digging this much stone?
I don't think you're supposed to build the kinds of things we're building.
That's straight up not fun, elizibar.
Just saying, dude. Just saying.
And I'm just saying, just super saying.
Gun safes are pretty tough, aren't they? Can we make gun safes?
Yes. Forged steel, springs, mech parts. 40 steel, 5 springs, 5 mech. It's not super expensive.
Because I'm thinking I want to put some safes out in the horde base
Yes.
near the turrets so I can feed ammo into them.
Now you need to be careful. If the block they're on gets destroyed, they will be destroyed.
If the
but
block
I
they're
think-
on gets destroyed, we're in bigger trouble than we should
Yeah. Well, and I was also gonna say you could probably kind of enclose them and have like a 1 block access from like 2 blocks deep or something if you wanted to be like extra protective, which totally not necessary. Just a thought though, and not a bad thought, if I might say so myself.
be. I'm still not done with the frickin' fireman's book. What? I still need number 1. Oh my gosh.
Don't do this, elizibar. Just finish the book series. Just do it.
If I ever saw the book, I would. I don't think this book exists.
Now that I know it's Fireman's 1, I know what to look for. Oh boy, I knocked down a bunch more blocks.
I just watched the Hill Cave in. Some more. I'm watching this in real time and on stream.
Oh, I think it's done now. What does the map look like?
Good lord.
I'm proud of my work here.
If only I had some dynamite to throw.
If only you could be useful like that.
If only throwing dynamite like that actually resulted in stuff you could harvest.
Why wouldn't it? Why shouldn't it?
I mean, it doesn't. But it probably should. You should just get like, it should just automatically get reaped if you blow up blocks with dynamite. It should just go into your pocket.
Yeah.
Then there'd be a reason to make dynamite.
Yeah.
I'm taking a quick trip to the Crack-A-Book. I got my baseball bat. I ought to be okay.
Okay. It's weird for me that you're going almost unarmed.
Why?
It's dangerous to go alone.
Okay, I do have a bunch of shotgun shells in my pocket. Will that help?
Yes.
I don't have a shotgun, though.
Wait, what? What are you doing? You're drunk. Give me the keys. Speaking of drunk, I feel like after the stream, I'm gonna have a PB&J. I don't know why that's what I thought of, and I know it's a terrible time to eat. But every time I stream for a long time, I get super hungry. And it's already happening, so... PB&J.
Why don't you go get a PB&J now?
Because it can wait till the end of the stream.
The Crack-A-Book has not respawned, sadly. Wait, no, some of the bookcases have.
Oh, nice.
But not all of them. I don't know what's going on with that. You encountered this before.
Yep. Partial loading loots.
You're okay, Phantom. I know.
She says, no, it's bedtime, and I can't possibly sleep with whatever you're doing, Dad.
Yeah, she wants to go to bed. She wants me to put her little sweater on. She wants to go pile up. Preferably on my bed, of course.
Not on her own, because why would she ever sleep on her own bed?
Yeah, what kind of loser do you think she is?
I'm shaking my head. That dog is probably more spoiled than my daughter is. My daughter's probably too spoiled for a baby.
Phantom is exceedingly spoiled.
And when they get to a certain point, they start to demand that. Like, if you don't give it, you're breaking the law, and you'll know. You'll know.
Bunch of schematics. Okay, she's laying there wagging her tail. Or she's laying on me, wagging her tail at me. Yeah. You are demanding, aren't you, little dog? She's like, yeah, but look how cute I am. She's a manipulator.
Taxing taskmaster. Master? I almost did good English.
You're only almost.
Yeah, well, I blame the internet.
I blame those tasks that you're trying to tax.
That makes good sense as well. But also, there's all those fancy forever chemicals, that they use to like line frying pans and stuff. I'm gonna blame those too. They
Forever
live
chemicals.
inside you.
I
Yeah.
think I saw that movie.
That movie you're living in.
She is now blocking half the screen, staring at me, wondering why I'm not petting her. So I shall pet her while I'm driving my motorcycle. There you go.
It seems appropriate, in fact.
If this motorcycle had a little sidecar in it, she'd be in the little sidecar with me. I'd put some
Oh, come
goggles
on.
on her. It'd be adorable.
Sidecar? No, she gets like a box up front that's well protected, and she's got her little goggles, and she can see, and
Nope, she gets the sidecar with the machine gun.
yeah, like she's gonna shoot a machine gun.
Oh yeah, I'd train her to shoot a machine gun. I think you could handle a 50 caliber with the, you just kind of push on it, and you don't have to pull the trigger. Uh-huh. She's like, what? I speak English very well, but I don't know what a 50 caliber is. I've never seen one.
I have to see words before I understand words.
This dog knows, like, a lot of English. And then she pretends she doesn't.
Yep. One of our dogs, when she knows we're leaving, she'll just start crying.
Oh, let me tell you what Phantom does. Alright, this is great. So, she's, like, really persnickety when it comes to, like, eating. Like, she'll just be like, oh, I'm not going to eat for, like, 2 days straight because she's mad at you or whatever.
Yeah.
But she'll turn right around, and if you're leaving and she doesn't want you to go, she'll start eating, so you have to stay there until she's done. She's a little stinker.
I'm sure that has everything to do with the person who helped bring her personality out.
Hey. I represent that remark.
You do, and I'm trying to be as respectful as possible, but I just gotta point that out. I gotta do it. So I think this whole session is gonna be me digging into stone.
She's
But
always
that's
been a
okay.
crazy dog. Like from day one when she was still a little puppy, she was a little weirdo.
And dogs do that. They're like, I want to be different than all the dogs I know because I'm gonna make sure to get a human. And then when I get a human, life's gonna be easy.
Well, I'm not her first owner.
Oh, really?
Yeah, some other people had her first. And if she was still with them, she probably would have starved herself to death. Because they were not very nice.
Aww.
Their little, they had a toddler. And the toddler would hit her when she was a little puppy as small as my hand.
Yeah, Luna likes to pull the fur on the dog. She doesn't really hit them anymore, but she still pats them kind of hard. I mean, obviously, it's not something that you can just teach a baby right away, but in her case, we're definitely not, like, encouraging her to abuse the animals. That's for sure.
So anyway, it's kind of like that thing, I forget which culture it's attributed to, but you save somebody's life and now you got to take care of them forever.
Mm-hmm.
That's Phantom.
That sounds about right. Easy street for her. You know how it is.
Is it easy street for you, Phantom? Or is life difficult? She's looking at me like life is so rough.
She just wants you to think that, though. Like,
Yeah, she's a manipulator. And if she
very
wasn't so
familiar with
cute, it
that.
wouldn't work.
Yeah. Sometimes the best manipulators have the cutest smiles.
Is that right? Do you have the cutest smile? She's so sleepy. I don't know why she's sleepy. She slept on my bed from 6 to 8.
Oh, jeez.
Like, I don't mean she was laying there. No, she was just zonked out. You shouldn't be sleepy, dog. And then down there on the couch, you were asleep. Uh-huh. You trying to set some kind of record? You depressed? Do I need to call, like, what's that guy's name? The dog whisperer guy. I'm blanking on his name.
Caesar
Caesar
Chavez?
Milan. Caesar Milan,
Oh,
that's
Milan. Why did I think Chavez? Why?
it. We're not going to go there.
Yes, we're going there. You're answering all the questions on things Elizibar didn't want to talk about with 6M Cyrus.
I just repaired a concrete block through the steel block on top of it.
Okay.
There, on these stairs, there are like individual pixels. If you mouse over them just right, you can see the concrete underneath.
Wow. Yeah, I don't understand why the concept of this game is no, you're not allowed to have megastructures. Haha, you are puny mortals, but why would you ever be allowed to build?
And yet they give us all the tools to go build crazy stuff.
Yes, and then judge us poorly for doing so or try and blow it up. It's like, oh, you have art? No, I have death.
What if we have death art?
Whoa, grand all. And what we call a horde night, which is actually just all the zombie horror flicks that we've ever starred in together.
Dagnabbit.
And everything other than horde night is like The Walking Dead. It's like there's zombies, but not right now.
Wow, there is so much. Like, I can just see the heat coming out of the house over there. Because of the forge,
Yeah.
I can see them lit up from here.
Yeah. What's Saruman's tower called in Isengard?
Isengard. I remember
Yeah.
that because of the old, God, this is like older than you. We're taking the hobbits to Isengard. We're taking the hobbits to Isengard. We used to do all
Isengard?
sorts of
To
really stupid
Isengard.
flash animations back in the day, man.
Yeah, that's Isengard. That over there is like the power of Isengard compels you. You're 500 miles away, downhill. You know what's going on in Isengard.
I hear that they're taking the hobbits there.
I hear Isengard's flooded, actually. Did you hear about that?
It sounds like a great tragedy to me.
No, the great tragedy is how easily Saruman was like, oh, Sauron, you're the best. He just decided on his own. Yeah, I'm going with him. See you guys later.
Dude, that took like centuries before that happened.
He was always gonna do it. That's who he was and what he believed in. I'm sorry. Yeah. That's the character I think Saruman to be. Oh, the world is getting worse no matter what I do. Darn, I keep trying. I guess I'll have to go be evil now.
Which is not at all how that went down, but okay.
What? It's not? Well, then please fill us in on some more of the details, perhaps.
It was the slow and steady seductive whispering over hundreds of years of staring to the Palantir.
He was never supposed to look into it to begin with.
Sure was. his kind of people can do that sort of thing. They're equivalent to angels, dude.
But he was a bad man for an angel. Jesus.
Like Gandalf and Saruman, the two blue wizards, and what's his name with the bird poop in his beard. Like
Radagast.
they're not mortals at all. They're not even from the world that they're living in. They're from outside reality.
What?
Radagast the Brown, thank you, Ninja Weasel. Yeah, they're all servants of the original creator. And they came from outside the universe to be part of the universe.
Because the creator told them to.
Because they helped create it. That's the same kind of... Sauron is the same like level of race as them. He's not even the big bad of the universe, dude.
So there's more to the Lord of the Rings than the 4 books that I've read. Well, that's also the 5 armies. Of course, I'm aware of that as well.
There's so much more. Okay, so the actual Dark Lord is named Morgoth. And, among other names. And he died.
Sauron was the replacement?
Sauron was his #1 servant. Probably not the most powerful of his servants. But he was the, the dude that got sent on all the errands.
Yeah.
In fact, Morgoth himself isn't even that powerful by the time he dies because he's invested his power in all of his evil creations.
Right.
So he's spent parts of himself to make the dragons, to make the orcs out of elves, to make every twisted and horrible thing in the universe. Except the spiders. Not the spiders.
He made the spiders.
No one made the spiders. They came from outside the universe.
What?
The spiders are not part of the song. They're not part of the universe that they come from. The original spider, I'm blanking on her name. She was a horrible creature, and she almost killed Morgoth herself because she was hungry.
Wow.
That was after he had her drink all the light that existed at that time by draining the 2 trees that produced the light. And all that was left was Ungoliant. Thank you, Ninja Weasel. This is why I like this guy, man. He knows all this stuff as well as I do. But she's like this original... She's basically like... how to explain? It's like Cthulhu, man. That's basically what she is. And that's where all the spiders in the setting come from. From Shelob in the last book of the trilogy, Return of the King. Like, that's... Ungoliant is Shelob's, like, great-great-great-grandmother.
Oh.
The giant spiders in Mirkwood and stuff, they all descend from that. They're not part of the universe. They weren't in the song that sang the universe into existence.
That's so crazy. It's a lot of invaders, even though some of them are invited by the maker of the world. Like, what?
Well, most of those things, like Morgoth, he helps, before he became Morgoth the Dark Lord, he helped make the universe.
Typical.
He sung part of his song. He just had his own ideas about what the universe should be like, and so he sung in disharmony, as opposed to the harmony everyone else was singing in.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, I want to go find out about the origins of this world now. Holy crap. Didn't even know I needed to know, but now I know I need to know.
Let's see, Christopher Tolkien finished The Children of Hurin. That was a pretty good read. That's from the same era that a lot of the story, or that the Silmarillion is set in. But unlike the Silmarillion, you can actually read it if you're a human being.
Why can't we read the Silmarillion?
Because it's not... It's a collection of random pieces of stuff that aren't finished. It's basically like reading a history book instead of a story.
That's not really a big deal. I was gonna say I read the Bible. Read the Bible.
Yeah, good story. Very hopeful.
Especially at the end, right?
Definitely, that's the most hopeful part of the story. All that's wrong is made right.
It's never gonna happen. Not like that. I tried to believe in Christianity for a long time. So if you believe and you're all like, no, you can't be a disbeliever around me, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't mean to attack your religion.
Do whatever you want. Yeah, I read the Silmarillion too, Ninja Weasel. I read it when I was like in 6th grade, man. Whew! That was a slog. It's full of so much cool stuff, man. The story of the Noldor. The king. Which king was it? Was it Fingolfin? Or was it his son? It was one of his sons. Anyway, the High King of the Noldor goes out and he fights the Dark Lord. This is how bad elves used to be. Like, by the time you get around to, like, Lord of the Rings, elves are chumps compared to what they used to be.
Mm-hmm.
Back then, an elf could go toe-to-toe in single combat with the Dark Lord himself. A real Dark Lord. Not an angel. Like the original Morgoth, Melkor, whatever you want to call him, and the others at that level, the Valar, they're more like actual gods in their level of power. They crafted the universe. They can do whatever they want. And this one elf dude rolls out there with a sword and armor, and he fights the Dark Lord and wounds him in single combat. Bruh.
That's hardcore.
Elves used to be hardcore. And then as time goes on, that's kind of their curse. Humans get to die. Elves get to live forever, but they also get to see everything fall apart, including themselves.
Mm-hmm. To be fair, they do get kind of self-righteous, so I mean, you know.
Well, they've spent thousands of years being the superior being in the planet.
It shouldn't just make you self-righteous.
And they're also immortal. You can't actually kill one. I know you've seen the movies and you've read the books and you've seen elves die. They don't die. They just go to the Hall of Mandos and they can come back out whenever they feel like it.
Hall of Mandos? What is this, Star Wars?
Sure, why not?
I'm sorry, I couldn't... I saw the... yeah.
But yeah, elves don't die in Lord of the Rings, in Tolkien's universe. They just... if they want to stay dead, they can just keep dwelling in the Hall of Mandos forever. Because he's the Lord of Death.
Oh, that's convenient.
But if they don't want to, they don't have to stay there.
They got rules. They got a contract with him, and they got a good contract, unlike humans.
Well, that's the thing. Humans have the better deal. All the elves get to do is watch everything waste away. Humans get to go to a different mystery. Because no one knows what happens to humans when they die. Even the Valar don't know.
Wow. But, I mean, that's good. I like that about that. I don't know why that story should reflect reality on that singular point, but that it does makes me happy.
Dwarves were not part of the design of the universe. One of the Valar made them because he got tired of waiting for the elves to be born.
Huh. Okay. That explains why the elves and dwarves are not friends.
No, the elves and dwarves aren't friends because they just hate each other. It has nothing to do with that. So the dwarves were made, and I forget which of the Valar did it, but one of them was like, man, I can't wait for these elves to wake up. Where are they? It's been like 10,000 years already. We need people. And so he makes them. And then the actual deity of the setting, Iluvatar, he's like, what are you doing, dude? This isn't part of the plan. He's like, but people! He's It's like, fine, we can have your people, but they won't wake up first. And so the dwarves were put to sleep until humans had woke, or not humans, until elves had woken up.
Well, at least he was allowed to have his people. I mean,
Yeah, he was a craftsman, which is why the dwarves are craftsmen. He made them like him.
yeah, I was gonna say, I bet he disagreed and he wanted to make something more in his own image, because that's generally like the, well, I'm gonna make something. Well, it better be in my own image, because I don't understand anything else.
Yeah, if you don't know how to make anything else, why would you make something else? You just make what you're familiar with.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, Tolkien stream. Let's do this.
Apparently.
But yeah, I got a copy of Children of Hurin from, like Books A Million or something for like $2 or whatever, dude. I like got that. I got this beautiful copy of a bunch of collected Rudyard Kipling stories and stuff. It's an absolutely gorgeous volume. I got that like years and years ago. You can probably find one cheap in a bookstore. It's worth the read, man. Although that is a very depressing story because Hurin was cursed to watch his children all basically like live miserable lives. So he was like strapped on top of Morgoth's tower and given Morgoth's sight so he could see it all happen. And then Morgoth proceeded to spend the next 20 years torturing his kids.
Jesus.
But his kids, Turinbar, is a hero. He killed the first dragon.
Oh, well, there you go.
The dragon also killed him, but he killed the first dragon.
Hey, you know, if it's, you know, I killed you, you killed me, that's still I killed you, you know?
When you're a human versus a giant venom-spewing worm, yeah, I think that's a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's not just elves that had, like, that descent from, like, being awesome. Humans also went through that. The humans in, like, the first and second age, especially the first age, were these super-duper bad dudes, man. Turinbar could go toe-to-toe with a dragon with just a sword. Not like a bow. He wasn't like Bard. He didn't get some ranged weapon or something to shoot at some little pissant, wimpy dragon. No, he's out there fighting the original worm hand-to-hand.
Even Thorin didn't do that.
Oh, and there's, let's see, there were the petty dwarves. They're all extinct by the Third Age, when Lord of the Rings takes place.
Naturally.
In fact, I think Turinbar kills the last one for betraying him or something. I forget how that goes. It's been a decade or so since I read that book, because that was when I was in grad school.
Jeez. How'd you find the time in grad school to read a book like that?
Because academics is actually... Okay, there's two ways to approach academics. One is you let it consume your life.
Yeah.
And you somehow find things to do for like 80 hours a week and you just wear yourself out and go crazy. Or you realize that basically none of it matters.
Yep.
And you still get stuff, everything you're supposed to get done, finished, but then you do whatever else you want. So I just considered all that reading part of my studies. It's called a liberal arts education, my friend.
You can't use that word.
Yes, I can. 'Cause that's
People
what I
get
received
real-
when I was an undergrad. It was a liberal arts education. I mean, granted, I didn't have to learn Greek or Latin, so I've got that going for me, but otherwise it was a pretty standard liberal arts education in the classical sense.
Interesting.
Most colleges that offer liberal arts degrees don't actually do that stuff anymore. And honestly, they probably should have made me learn like Greek or Latin so I could read the classics in the original language. I kind of regret not doing that. But
That's
schools
probably-
don't make you do that anymore, even hardcore ones, because nobody wants to learn Greek or Latin.
You tell me a job where Greek and Latin are gonna get me paid well.
English professor.
What? That doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, it does. You have to be able to read stuff in the original tongues to properly interpret it, man.
Properly English is You can't interpret English. It's a garbage language.
English is a fantastic language. It's probably the most flexible language that exists.
And that's why it's a garbage language. It's too hard. Well, I take that back. It's too easy to wax poetic about everything and really just poorly use the language overall.
It's really easy in every language to really poorly use the language.
I mean, yes.
English is not alone. Also, Ninja Weasel, I did see your 2 comments, and I'm not really dissing Bard. I'm just saying, like, Bard had, like, a magic weapon, the cool black arrow. Bard was fighting a little baby dragon, because Smog is a chump compared to the dragons of old. But yes, what he did was absolutely amazing. That was a fantastic shot. The level of skill it takes to do that is absolutely phenomenal. So that wasn't really a diss on him so much it was me saying how bad humans used to be, even compared to the level of badness that Bard had going on. Also, yes, Latin is a miserable language. There were way too many tenses and forms of everything. Oh my gosh. Oh yes, that's the 3rd declination. What are you even talking about? That's not even sensical.
Why does the language need to decline a third time? What?
Just don't worry about it. As
I'm
Ninja Weasel
slightly-
said, Latin is stupid.
Ethos. Wacos Venose.
Not actually Latin.
Why am I not surprised?
That's just some gibberish that they made up. Fithos, Lusek, Wicos, Vinosek. Yep.
What is it?
There, see, Ninja Weasel knows exactly what I'm talking about. Especially if he actually had to learn Latin. I just listened to people who were learning Latin. Because they took that for their foreign language. Meanwhile, somehow I got around the foreign language requirement without actually taking a foreign language. Don't ask me how.
Your name's Elizibar. Clearly, that's all the reason you.
Oh, dude, I like knew all the angles. All right, I like worked out everything. That's how I got away with all that stuff. Oh God, high school. Speaking of things I didn't do.
Lucky. High school can ruin your life nowadays. Like, seriously.
Man, people talk about high school, and I'm just like, this is an entirely foreign concept to me. I don't understand the words that are coming out of your mouth.
And you are a foreign concept to me. I can't believe you exist.
Thank you.
Some people would be offended by that.
Wow, it sounds like I'm a pretty rare creature.
That's why they'd be offended. They don't want to be rare. They want to be the every creature, apparently.
I need wood, 6.
That's nice. You know, I'm kind of ashamed of you not using a chainsaw.
I get more wood this way.
Oh, right. Okay. Elizibar was unique. Now we are all Elizibar. See?
But that doesn't take away from our uniqueness. We are all Elizibar in our own unique ways, because we are Elizibar.
No, that's not.
That's totally how it
That's
works.
You don't get to decide that.
As Elizibar, I do.
You don't make up the whole universe, though. You can't just change the rules to suit your
I'm
needs.
Elizibar.
Yes, I know. You are the Elizibar of Elizibar. Therefore, everything belongs to you and you can manipulate it, right?
No, I didn't say that. I just said I'm Elizibar. And if you can't understand that, I don't know how to have this discussion with you.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna go cry now.
Anyway, with respect to Tolkien, there's just like gobs and gobs of lore there, dude. The dude spent, a whole lifetime crafting stories and languages and histories and poems and and it just goes on and on forever. The whole Baron and Lufine thing is really sweet too. That's a tragedy and a love story, because he kind of considered those two characters to be him and his wife.
Oh wow.
So this human, Baron, I forget who his father was, because that's how they're all named. It's like Baron, son of whoever, son of whoever. Their names are all very similar to each other, because they're related, obviously. Anyway, this is after Morgoth has stolen the Silmarils, which is what drove the Noldor mad and sent them off to the Old World instead of living on the continent with the gods. And the Noldor are there to get the Silmarils back, and this human, Baron, he steals the Silmarils from the Dark Lord. And along the way, he rescues an elf princess, they fall in love, good stuff.
Oh, okay. Alright, I think I've gotten enough stone for a while. I'm pretty sure I spent 3 hours farming stone tonight.
That is super cool and super nerdy, Ninja Weasel. And no, we've only spent 2 hours mining stone tonight.
Oh, okay.
Speaking of which, I should end this episode for YouTube. You all have a great day. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Oh, I left the little camera going up there with Psycho Co in the corner. Hi. Hi, comic book. Bye-bye.
Oh no. No.